Wednesday. It's not Thursday. It's hot. But I'm grateful for a lot. What's crazy is I had this car about 6 months. I think this is technically probably the hottest day I've hopped in it. And as soon as I turned it on, turned on AC, it was cranking out cold air. Just immediately. And I haven't been in this car since Sunday. Maybe Monday. I don't even know. It's Wednesday. I am going to take a brief walk. Even though I think if I walk too much at night or towards the evening, it might keep me up a little. I don't know. But even with it being hot, I figure I either gotta get a few steps in before it's too hot in the morning, or as the sun is going down, so I'm not just out there baking. I ain't had energy to really go for a walk anyway, but it just does help me think. So I'm out here. Yeah, thankful for this car. I thank God for this car. I thank God for this car. I thank God for how reliable it is. Hondas is really that deal. I'm glad I got a Honda. It's almost 20 years old and it's really nothing wrong with it. I thank God for that. Somebody bought this car brand new 19 years ago and took care of it. I think it had 2 owners though, so both owners took care of it, but one didn't have it that long. I don't think. I don't know, but both of them took care of it. Thankful for that. Thankful for air conditioning. In the car and in the house. It's not central air, so it's really just localized, which is its own logistical thing, but I'm grateful I got the options. It was something specific besides just a walk and the AC when I got in the car. Oh, crap. Oh, Jesus is good, though. Jesus is beautiful. He's reliable. He's faithful. He's proven himself over and over and over and over and over. And I can lean on him. Yeah, I'm thankful for the lessons in obedience. And just constantly being reminded, no matter what I think I know, he knows everything. And the Holy Spirit really is leading and guiding me into the greater truth of heaven, of God, of Jesus, of life. And that to resist that is to do my own thing like I know better. Like that has ever really worked for me. It has never worked for me. So people think it's working for them. It ain't working. But the lessons that come from just obeying the Holy Spirit more and more are so rewarding. And lately it's just a reminder of his love and his forgiveness, and how to receive his love and forgiveness is to give it out. But that it looks different than I thought it looked. Like the more I get in the Word and the more I really lean in, the more I see how my ideas of love and forgiveness have really just been shaped by a lot of things that felt comfortable to me or made sense to me, or things that I learned in life, learned in different churches, and things that just kind of, the programming I talk a lot about that we just all have naturally from whatever culture, society, era you in. All these things that shape the programming on how we see things have shaped the idea of love and forgiveness that are not big enough, powerful enough, ineffective. His love and his forgiveness are forces. He is love, he is forgiveness, and he is the force. Jesus is all those things, and it really is the obedience to the Holy Spirit that really helps that unfold. I And I'm thankful that despite the things, like the challenges I'm having in, like with executive functioning and all those things, I still have a very, God dang it, that's so crazy that as I'm trying to describe it, I can't remember the word. I can still see a lot of these things clearly in my head. And I still have a strong sense of logic. Now sometimes that actually makes things very difficult, to be honest, lately. So it's a balance in that. But I still thank God for it, because I don't be tripping. The most I be tripping is when I get a dumb idea that I don't usually be knowing is dumb, and then just think I'm just going to do that and it's somehow going to work. I don't be tripping with the sequence of events. Things really be happening, just like I'm watching it, and you ask yourself, did this person just realize what they just said or did? And whether they do or don't, I'm not tripping. And I thank God for that. A strong grasp on reality. And with all the nonsense, I have a very firm grip on reality. And what I do notice is people be slipping, and they'll try to act like you slipping. I'm not slipping. In certain ways I am, but not in the logic area. And in those other ways, it's temporary. It's very, 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 very temporary. I believe in that. So, very thankful. Leaning on the Lord and learning new ways to use my strengths, to leverage them, to navigate through my weaknesses, but ultimately to know that His strength is made perfect in my weakness. So it's really His strengths that I'm leaning on. Just learning things about myself and healing. Learning not to catastrophize in the prevalent, persistent ways that have not kind of yielded. But I'm pressing forward and I'm breaking through. So, well, I guess I'm just gonna walk and pray and think, make a couple decisions, and then go home and go to sleep. I guess depending on the decisions I make, I may do one thing before I go to sleep, and I think that's really the decision I need to make. Is which one thing is that going to be, and how am I going to do it? I don't think I've ever had to think this much about how I'm going to do stuff. I've never had to think this much about how I'm going to do stuff. I can't remember anything in my life that ever took this much thought at any point ever in my life, as much as just how I'm going to do stuff. And that's still wild to me. But here I am. So, here I am. Oh, I washed my hair. Thankful for that. Oh, I'm going to say that for another video, just to talk about my goddamn hair. Well, I washed it, so. If you know the Lord, lean on Him and let Him show you how to use your gifts and your strengths, and obey the Holy Spirit even when it's uncomfortable, and let His love and forgiveness be reshaped for what it is in your understanding, and don't block it out based on what you think it's supposed to be. Let Him really show you what His love and forgiveness means. And if you don't know Him, I truly pray you get to know Him, because truly there is no greater love. There is no greater love than the love of Jesus. So now stay blessed.